Hello, I'm Adam Paul Morgan and thank you for clicking on. And as you can guess from the title, I'm looking at and doing a bit of a review of The Hobbit The Battle of the Five Armies Extended Edition on Blu-ray. This extended edition, as well as the other Hobbit extended editions, you do get the option to watch this in 2D or 3D. Now the 3D split onto two discs. Don't know why, don't know when, but I watched the 2D version all on one disc so I could watch it all straight through. Just being that little bit lazy so I don't have to get up. Also the fact that I don't have a 3D television nor Blu-ray player. But Hobbit of the Battle of the Five Armies, did I enjoy it? Yes I did. Did I enjoy this version better than the original theatrical version? Yes I did. It was a bit the battle scenes. They've added a lot more battles in the Battle of the Five Armies, of course, but they've added a lot more scenes, a lot more blood and guts, some extended scenes and a couple of added scenes as well, and a little bit of the ending, which if you've not read or seen this film, I won't give it away, but there's sort of a better, I felt, ending. And a lot of this were put into this because if you watch the special features, which is nearly 7 hours worth, I imagine, I've watched as much as I can. They do go on about how for time, ratings, and the fact that they just wanted to have a different experience in the theatrical version, that they put this into the extended edition, which they can and did. And I felt it was a much more enjoyable experience, this, the extended edition, than the theatrical version, particularly the battle scenes. Yes, it is a CG army versus another CG army 5 times, but it worked, this extended edition, I should say. And to be honest, the actual battle scenes, the things that was extended in there, I would have loved to have seen on the big screen. But if you do get around to getting this and watching the extended features, yeah, unfortunately you have to watch it on your small screen at home. But yeah, very enjoyable. There's a bit more blood and guts in this one, that have to be said. But yes, I generally did enjoy this edition of The Battle of the Five Armies, or as it was supposed to be called, There and Back Again. Would these have been more enjoyable if it was just the 2 films rather than the 3 to make it a trilogy or a prequel trilogy? I think yes, I think it was a good idea, because you do delve deeper into the characters and a few more action scenes and new characters and places that maybe wasn't in the book. It must have been difficult to get the story right, particularly when The Lord of the Rings came out. A lot of people, including myself, read The Hobbit who have never read The Hobbit before, which made this one more criticised than probably Lord of the Rings. But if you've read Lord of the Rings, which I'm working my way through, I've read Fellowship, there's a lot of things that aren't in the book that aren't in the film. But this can be said about any film franchise, big films, etc., fantasy films like this, where there's a lot of things that are in the book that aren't necessarily included in the film. So some good choices have been made to put this together. With The Hobbit The Battle of the Five Armies being released now on the extended edition, that really does conclude the 2 trilogies of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy, which in the director's commentary he does say, the director, that it would be good for young children who are watching this film from The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, all the way through to Return of the King. And yes, I do know that the Return of the King and the 2 Towers are mixed up in the photo. Oh well, what can you do? Now I know the Hobbit trilogy has taken a lot of criticism from critics and people who are hardcore Middle-earth fans who have read all the books and know everything there is about the wonderful world of Middle-earth. But the one thing that someone has actually spoke to me about was the fact that the dragon only had 2 legs when he was supposed to have 4. Oh well. But really, the way I see these films is, the entire 6 films, is how would the 8-year-old me back then, if I was 8-year-olds when these films come out, how would I watch them? Would I enjoy them? I don't know how I'd watch them with my eyes, duh. But would I enjoy them the same way as I do now? Probably even more. A few things that I really do appreciate about the Hobbit trilogy: the way these films were made, the craftsmanship of all the certain departments, the digital technology, costumes and all that blah blah blah, everything that went on, the cinematography, etc. The list goes on. But there's one thing, or person I should say, that gets overlooked at in the entire Hobbit trilogy, and Bilbo himself, Martin Freeman. It was an absolute superb performance by Martin Freeman, and I really can't think of anyone else who could play Bilbo Baggins to that standard. I thought he was absolutely superb and overlooked in the entire Hobbit trilogy. I really do. But a really good performance by him, and I think he made the entire film. If it wasn't for him, I don't think it would be as good as I think it is. Even though a lot of people don't like it, I really do. But what do you think about the entire Hobbit trilogy and the extended editions? Did you enjoy them? Are you one of these people who were waiting for this edition to come out, then just buy the entire box set? 'Cause I know quite a few people were waiting to do that if you were getting it. So, love to hear what you think of the film and which editions you're getting. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Adam Paul Morgan, and ta-ra a bit. Thanks for watching.